We are back with a Fox News alert. President Trump and other world leaders gathering in Canada today for the G7 summit, with trade expected to be a big topic of discussion.
You expect to have some trade deals announced at the G7 summit coming up.
Look, we have our trade deals. All we have to do is send a letter. This is what you're going to have to pay. But I think we'll have a few new trade deals.
The escalating conflict between Israel and Iran will also be top of mind, with intense discussions expected to continue during the summit. Let's bring in Independent Women's Forum senior fellow and former State Department Deputy Special Envoy under President Trump, Eli Kohanem. Eli, good morning to you. It's great to see you.
Good morning.
How much do you think the G7 matters to Israel, and what will the discussion be today? What will President Trump say, and how will some of the other nations respond?
Well, I don't think any statement from the G7 is all that important while Israel's in the middle of a hot war with Iran right now. But certainly President Trump's leadership is, he's the key leader everywhere in the world. And so everything that the president says is so important. And so I imagine President Trump will help the other G7 leaders understand that we right now are experiencing a Middle East that is changing for the better. The Iranian regime for 46 years has posed a threat not only to the Middle East region, but really to Europe and the United States and generally the whole world. And so the Israelis right now, with their military accomplishments, with everything that they have achieved right now, they are helping to reshape the region. And long term, having an Iran that's defanged, that's both its ballistic missile and hopefully very soon its complete nuclear program defanged in this way, will only help both from a financial, economic, and certainly national security perspective for everyone involved.
And I was reading that when it comes to the G7 nations, it was described as Germany being the most supportive and Japan being the least. Is that true? Is that your estimation of things?
Well, the Germans certainly, I think, feel this historic obligation to Israel and to the Jewish state. And so they have tried to be very strong allies for Israel in Europe. The Japanese piece, I've been hearing reports like what you're hearing, Carly, and I can't quite make sense of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Iran, Israel is overhanging this, but this is a summit basically about trade. And Politico has an article about it titled, "Trump Wants to Score Trade Deals. He's unlikely to get them." Do you agree with that gloomy assessment?
You know, Politico has it really out for the president and for this administration. So I'm more gloomy about their assessment than I am about the president's results. Look, we know when the president came in, he came in pledging to the American people that he was going to reset our economy for the long run, to make sure that the American middle class is a future as we go into a next phase with AI and robotics and the changes that we're expecting in the world really within the next few years. And so the president promised the American people that he was going to really strengthen our economy and make it fair. You know, that's what America First meant. And so he has the mandate from the American people, and I know that the president has always delivered for us. And so I'm sure we're going to walk out of the G7 with a lot for the for the president to show the American people.
Also want to get your assessment on the conflict between Israel and Iran right now, where it stands and where it could go. And a big part of this is how deeply Israeli agents have been able to infiltrate in Iran. We're talking about the intelligence element folded into warfighting. And the Wall Street Journal had an article yesterday titled "How Israel's Mossad Smuggled Drone Parts to Attack Iran from Within." They write Mossad brought the quadcopters in through commercial channels using often unwitting business partners. Agents on the ground would collect the munitions and distribute them to the teams. Israel trained the team leaders in third countries and then in turn trained the teams there. And then they were able to execute this on Friday. So the creativity and the bravery of Mossad agents on the ground inside Iran is unmatched. And this is something that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also spoke to Bret Baier about yesterday, alluding to the fact that they have even more tricks up their sleeve.
Oh yeah, I think that what Israel has already accomplished in the first 3 days of war is going to go down in military history and intelligence history and world history. The fact that, like you said, Carly, they were able to infiltrate Iran so deeply, and I think we see evidence of that every day, whether it's the drone story that you just shared with us, or the fact that Israel was assassinating 14 Iranian nuclear scientists on the ground. the stories are just unbelievable, and I think that what Israel is showing the world is that their intelligence capabilities are essentially unmatched. But also, Carly, I want to share that I think the Israelis have real willing partners in Iran, because the Iranian people are so fed up with this regime that they want to partner with Israel, with the West, to help bring the regime down. And so I believe part of the reason why the Mossad has been so successful is that there are a lot of Iranians on the ground who are partnering with them and helping to target the regime in every way possible.
That's right. Yeah, and the IDF is now striking energy infrastructure, and an energy shortage could further destabilize the regime in Iran as well.
Absolutely.
Ellie, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your expertise. We appreciate it.